Hello, it's Friday. Let's go through the markets and see what's going on. Posting some good stuff on Facebook, Twitter. So we're looking at oil this morning. Looks like oil's not really breaking out. It's just kind of recovering from the round trip here. Hit the 200-day, hitting resistance from March. And the June high was like 140 something. So looks like crude spiking on the same war from June, giving back pretty much every penny there. And we're looking at crude is up 12% on the week, and it looks like energy has captured this movement. And if you've been following for a while, we got in pretty early on this bounce. We've been following this macro trend, and we're seeing energy up 1.4 on the morning. We have an immediate price target, but we're going to possibly revisit that. We are going into the weekend, so I really need to think about that. But it looks like energy equities have captured about a third of the crude, up 12% this week, which is pretty interesting. So this looks like a little skeptical. Bull case is kind of narrowing a bit, so it's good to kind of go into that as you look at the morning. And we look at tech, it's continued to sell off. We had trimmed our position yesterday. Luckily we did, because it's now down 1.7. So we trimmed it a touch, pulled some capital out of there as it was getting pretty obvious that tech was derating there. And if you see anything on Netflix this morning, they're absolutely getting hammered. And definitely thoughts and prayers for Netflix bag holders this morning. I think we had a Netflix post here. Yeah, so we're down. If you look at the weekly, this is definitely some markdown here, down at 66 levels back in November of 21. So, this is definitely markdown. This is definitely bye-bye zone. And if you are still holding at the top there, we're definitely going to pray for you this weekend. So let's go through some other notes here. Looking at the banks, we saw banks getting a bid this week. We called capital rotation on that. We have a position 53.81 level, so we're still in this. I don't need to move my stop because this is a certain signal that we have in SignalDeck. I'll talk about that in a minute. But so it looks like we're passing through that January level, getting some consolidation near yesterday's high. So people are kind of confused what's going on here. But so we're going to watch this and see if the XLF, it's risen for 6 straight sessions. So is this going to be a real continuation? We're just going to watch this from 9:30 to 10:30 and see what's happening with it. Regional banks, that was probably the better play here. I just didn't see it and just went for more of the XLF play, but we saw it on SignalDeck. We saw the capital rotation happening there. Again, we have the strategy, we have the runs. We're going to layer in some kind of sector rotational views here. So as we build out this platform, it will be interesting to kind of take what we know from our family office and bring it in here for your everyday trader. So KRE, definitely crazy 2.8% yesterday, which is most likely pushing up XLF. That's why we're seeing that in the pre-market, and we'll see if there's any carryover from that. So we have the 8:30 data coming out, housing starts, but it looks like for me, the Michigan prelim is going to be the big thing that I'm watching, right? So we're watching the 1-year inflation expectation and not really the headline. So why does it matter, right? So June's disinflation was mechanically the oil crash. We saw that. So now it's like the mechanism now runs in reverse. Michigan is the first read on whether the public sees gas prices moving or not. A jump will hit the TLT and validates energy all in the same print. So I'm going to set my alarm for 10 a.m. We're going to see what's going on for there. We have this XOM buy order sitting there, and it's probably going to fill. So I need to think about that and just see what's going on, right? It's Friday. It's going into a shooting war. If we get a ceasefire headline Saturday, then XLM just gaps back down. So I'm not too excited about that. I'm not looking for anything new this morning, honestly, unless something goofy comes up on the charts. But VIX is up 18.5 or 18.4. So we're getting a little interested there. Let's look at some of the futures. We had a short play on gold futures. Looks like it's definitely validating our thesis here. We're going to put a trailing stop somewhere in the 40.14 range or something. But we had this down at this liquidity zone from June 29th, and we'll see if that continues. So that continues our thesis. We posted that on X. It's definitely public record at this point. Where's it at? This guy. So yeah, so we posted this a few days ago, kind of what the daily 4-hour, 15-minute look like. We put our levels out, we put our short in. That's what we got cooking there. So that's looking pretty good. And then looking like the Euro's breaking down to touch, hit the 200-day, slam back down. And then USDJPY, we're seeing consolidation as Japanese jawboning continues. Looks like the market's skeptical of the PM comments. So we'll just see what happens when New York opens. And then the pound, we've initiated a short on this yesterday. This was just kind of a speculation short. And it looks like it's further continuing into that range. So we have, what is it? Trailed stop, moving to 134, and we're just going to watch the New York open. I'm getting greedy at 200, but since we have the trailing stop, we should be good on that. Let's see what else we got. Had a short on the E-mini future, got stopped out on that, but it is interesting on the 4-hour. How it just bounces off that, seeing a bid on the 200-day. As it went into that, we had lowering volume, which is a little confusing, but yeah, pretty cool. Let's go through our positions real quick on SignalDeck and see what they're looking like here. So we got into XLE yesterday. This is the second position. Pre-market busting, booming and bunking, and we really just need to consider okay. I need to revisit XLE this morning and see what's going on with that. Alright. Oh, our NVO Novo Nordisk filled yesterday. Let me post that. So basically just hoping for a gap fill beyond the February 9th drop off, and it's looking like it's continuing there. We'll see how it goes. Slightly lower volume on the breakout. Mark it down, stop loss in place. And I need to make a post on that. Because we've been watching Novo for some time now. If you've been watching the stream, you would have watched it with me. Maybe you would have made some money. But this is not financial advice. Lowering volume on the breakout, right where our fill is, unfortunately. So this is another just essential gap fill play out of consolidation. It's like a weird consolidation zone, but I need to call that out. No trades on pre-market. CVS. This was where I was being stupid, and I thought that I should not do my price target, so I did not sell, and it hit my number and got slammed down. That was really stupid. So price targets are there for a reason. Should have just sold that. Re-engage, sell at price target this morning, and just see what happens. But yeah, that was stupid. I'm not here to, I'm here to follow the system. And I did not do that, and that's my fault. XLV, we're in starter. Okay, so Microsoft is in tech. We're seeing derating on tech, yet we have Microsoft trying to get out of this zone here. So let's see. We just have a new release going out on SignalDeck right now. So the API is down as it rebuilds the container, which is fun. So we're seeing indecisive candle, pre-market down, retesting that breakout zone. Stop loss in place. Okay. And let's just see where that goes. Let's, while that's, may not run, so let's see here. We're just waiting for the container to get back online. Unfortunate. Let's go and let's look at some charts this morning just real quick while that reloads. The British pound on the daily is looking very bearish, lowering volumes. I mean, it looks like a healthy pullback, but we're definitely not going to be in that this morning. So let's go through some charts real quick, and then we'll continue looking through the positions. Novo looks like it's trying to take flight. PLD, it's pumping on earnings. That's crazy. Walmart continues. Costco. Kind of NVIDIA previously. HBM. Alphabet is just further consolidating. CVS, I think, is going to probably try to test that high. I need to get out of that this morning. We got stopped out on SRRK on the double bottom test there, which I'm not happy about. CLPT, we had a buy order on that and it just never filled, and now it's just going back down and invalidating our thesis, so we're going to take that off the list. SLM retook the 200-day, retested. This is interesting. We'll watch this. Blaze got stopped out on that guy. That's unfortunate. Ryan is a watcher. We have a buy order on that. Right at the 200 days. Should probably move that up higher, but let's see what's up. There, I think the scanner's back up. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. Continue through that. CVS. I have two positions. CVS. That's right. Let me get this thing going. Okay. Two positions on CVS. PBI. Just your old-fashioned high tight flag off consolidation that they teach you in community college. Further consolidating there. Higher volume as it tries to break out, but it's not able to. Still have a wide stop, so we're just seeing where this goes. NTB, consolidator. Oh my gosh, okay. NTB is up crazy high this morning. We're going to need to lock in some profit on this guy. And we're putting the stop definitely underneath this breakout bar. That's crazy. Pre-market up. Crazy numbers. What's going on with this thing? See if the news will work. No, news doesn't work. Okay. What is going on with this? Regional banks. There you go, baby. So when you see you come out of the macro, you're seeing banks bid up all week. And then you're looking down a little bit, KRE is getting crazy bid up. And you see that huge crazy bar yesterday on crazy volume. And then you go down even further. And NTB is most likely a leader in that. And they're getting bid up this morning. So earlier I was lamenting that I did not have a piece of the KRE action. But I didn't even know it, but I did. NTB, we're up 6% off just a 1.2R trade. And it's very impressive. So I'm happy to see that this morning. Huge harmonic price action. Then stop to below yesterday's breakout bar to 60.89. Good deal. And again, with SignalDeck, you can track everything easily. You can import your trades super easy. When you put in the trade, if you put in the time, it grabs all the indicators. That way you can use that for machine learning. You can easily look through the charts. You got your trade journal. I have alerts set. The news is a little wonky on this because I think it's just it doesn't have a lot of news for it, right? But again, this is just an easy way for me to look at my book and see where things are in the morning, get my head around things. CSX, are they benefiting from the oil? Okay. So, seeing a breakout yesterday. I'm not sure why. Yeah, there's nothing really in the news on that. So, I'm going to be moving myself just a touch. I assume this is going to come back down at some point, but I just need to lock this in. 48.70. So we have a crazy huge bar, pretty big volume for this run. Continuing the bull thesis, we got in, pretty late on this. So pre-market up yesterday, harmonic, bullish price action, PM up considerably, trailing to, which is what? Let's do this. Let's figure out what the POC is on this. POC is 46.17. Okay, which is basically under my fill. Huh. That's not cool. Okay, so this is definitely going to come back at some point. So we're just going to keep that underneath the July 15th. Pullback with little room. Expect this to come back down. POC happens to be 40. What did I say? 46.17. Shoot. Did I just go everything? Dang. Okay. I had fat fingers on that. Okay. Harmonic. bullish price action. PM up, possibly benefiting from the oil macro play. Moving stop loss underneath July 15th low with wiggle room. At that, expecting pullback. POC at 46.17. Boom. Okay, good deal. Let's look at the signals this morning. This is the only platform where it's going to allow you to put your own signals in and watch it. We also have our own. Let's look at the leadership filters here. PLDs, that finance thing. Coca-Cola's up. What's going on with Coca-Cola? Okay, got it. Just doing its thing. Okay. This is a long live stream, so I'm going to wrap it up. Absorption string, BSA, sector rotation. XLE is still showing up on sector rotation as a signal. What's this thing? Interesting. Okay. I don't want my... okay. So we're not seeing anything on the ETF rotation. So we're still going to... the golden cross, so we're still going to stay in the XLF play. So yeah, a lot of stuff happening. We're not going to be in any positions. So going into the weekend, we're really just going to be watching and resuming. So have a good weekend.